Hey guys, my name's Jared, and a few months ago I posted some pictures on the BluMaan community Facebook page because I'd curled my hair without any curlers or anything, and it was kind of to emulate the style of the meme that's been going around of the guy with the top knot who's gonna steal your girl. It got a really good response, which I wasn't expecting, and lots of people asked me to do a video tutorial as opposed to just explaining how I achieved the hairstyle. I'm doing it now, and I'm going to explain to you how I did it. So first off, you're going to want to have an undercut hairstyle just to make it look a bit better. I mean, you can get away with it being a bit longer on the sides, and also this hairstyle is going to take some time because you can't really use a hairdryer to completely dry the hair. You can use it to give it a bit of a hand and to finish it off, but essentially it is an air drying process. Also, you're going to want to have a bit of length on the top. I mean, I've got hair down to about here. So what you're going to need for this is either some really naff cheap gel, and I know a lot of people don't like using gel and wax is really in at the minute, but trust me, when you wet dry this into your hair, it's a brilliant product. The other thing that I also use, but this is better, is the Got To Be Stylers, I think it's called. I ripped off the label, but I think it's Got To Be Stylers, and this is the orange one. This also has a really good hold. I'd say go for something like this, as sort of a gel product as opposed to a wax, but they both work. Also, you're gonna want some hairspray. And finally, what you'll also need is a hairband. So I just got out the shower, my hair's really wet. So now the hair's really wet through, and I've only towel dried it lightly. You still wanna maintain a bit of moisture so that it's workable when you're putting the products in. The first product to go in will be the gel, and you're probably gonna want about this much gel. Not a lot, because you don't want your hair to look greasy, you want it to look textured and almost kind of beachy. So you're just going to want to run it through your hands and then go to town on your hair. You want to cover every single inch of it, front, back, forward. And I see a lot of people missing this when people style their hair. You don't want to just style the top of it or the front of your hair. When you're using product, you've got to get it all the way through everywhere. So I've completely run it through my hair. At this point, you're going to want to take your hairband or rubber band, and you're gonna kind of, before you do that, you're gonna kind of do this. It's hard to explain, it's kind of like scrunching, but you're basically just tangling your hair up into all these knots. And I will warn you, this might be painful if you knot your hair up, but if you've already got kind of curly hair, you'll know what I'm talking about. Scrunch it as tightly as you can into lots of little bits. Kind of tie it up like this. And you don't even need to make it a perfect knot. You just want to have it. And also towards the front, because this is where the bulk of the volume is going to be. And that's essentially the main part of the styling process. You're just going to want to let this air dry, and that will take a bit of time, and you can hurry that process up by hair drying the top of it, but I find you get a more natural kind of curliness and waviness if you do let it air dry. But as I say, you can use a hairdryer, which I'm going to do in this instance just to get this video filmed. Whilst this is drying, if you're doing the air drying bit, and even in between blow dries, you want to take it out and alter the way you've knotted it, just so you get a really random mess of hair, because you want this to look as natural as possible. So I'm just going to go blow dry this, and all I'm going to be doing is running it over, and then when I feel it's dried but not bone dry, I'm just going to alter the shape of it and then redo the process, and I'll come back when I've finished with that. So I've just dried my hair, and I'll kind of explain to you the process of which I dried it. So I dried it over the top like this, and then when I felt like the outside was dry, I kind of rearranged the hairband, dried it again, and then kind of did this, I pressed hard on my scalp and did this kind of meshing motion whilst simultaneously drying it, and then I tied it back up again and just let it air dry for those last kind of 20 minutes just to get the kind of more natural look that I want. So let's have a look at how it's come out. Okay. So that hasn't gone too bad at all. We've definitely got the volume we were after. Okay, so that's the end of my video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've been asked to mention that you can find BluMaan on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and that their product Original is available for pre-order now and will be out very, very soon. So look forward to that. I've heard great things about it. I'd love for you guys to check out my channel, which will be provided in the links below, and I'll also put a little spelling of my name, Jared Crespel, just up in the corner, just so you can search me. I've started vlogging on there. I do a bit of skateboarding, a bit of music that I'm producing at the moment, and it's just lifestyle stuff, and I really enjoy making the content, and hopefully some people will enjoy watching it. So that's all from me. Thanks very much.